Hey, Shalom. Giving all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harakah, Hakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that have taught us this truth, and they continue to teach us. Shalom to our brothers doing this mighty and powerful works in hopes of salvation. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, which means He is, He exists. And Yahweh Shai is the name of the beloved Son, who the world will ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Salakia. Yahweh Shai, meaning He deliverer. Bahashim just means in the name. So this lesson is inspired by this TikTok video. You got an Edomite begging for money, and then you have a northern kingdom, Issachar, selling, hustling to feed their families, their family. And Esau gets angry with Issachar and starts destroying their flowers. These devils hate you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They hate when you're poor, when you're rich, when you're happy, when you're hustling. They just hate your existence. All right, just check this out, man.
Oh. What?
Here's the game. Here's the game.
So you better be here asking for fucking money?
That was
So
nice.
you feel comfortable asking for fucking money? She's fucking selling flowers. Go back to work, fucking lazy ass.
Yeah, these Edomites, they love and handout. Really, I just learned some new information that the so-called white man, women, have been given lands. They haven't earned anything. All right? Everything has been handed to them. And they don't know how to work for anything. And then you have the nerve to get mad at us at the bottom, working just to survive. Amos chapter 1 and 11. Thus saith the Lord. This is what the Most High has to say. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. For 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof. So you so-called white people, as a nation, you have a punishment coming from the Most High. You think you're just going to get away with all the shit you have done in the earth, and especially to God's chosen people? Because he did pursue his brother. Who's his brother? The so-called black man is the so-called white man's brother. All right? The origin of this story goes back even to the garden, even to Cain and Abel. It goes back to Jacob and Esau. All right? So the Most High is not gonna let you get away with anything. because he did pursue his brother with the sword and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually. So as a nation, their anger towards us is there. The scriptures talk about a perpetual hatred. And this guy is one of the examples of them, tearing perpetually.
¿Cuáles son los que ustedes tienen?
You want to play?
He's picking the flowers right now. Again. No, doesn't look like it. He's just peeling the flowers right now.
Mira, va con la...
Hey!
He's right here throwing all the flowers away.
So because he's not getting the money he's begging, he's throwing away someone else's earnings for their rent, for their family. All right? And this is a low-level Edomite. Imagine the ones that have the power to really fuck our lives up. It says, raven, tear, rend in pieces. So they keep destroying our people. And he kept his anger forever. Believe it or not, all these Edomites have this feeling inside of them. This burning sensation. And it feels good for them to take it out on us. That burning hatred. So they all got that wrath for our people. And it's going to be like that forever, even in our kingdom, when they are our slaves. All right? They still going to hate us and have anger towards us. But when will you so-called Hispanics learn, man? That the so-called white man hates your guts. Look what they're doing right now with them camps, them detention centers. Look at how a lot of you or your families are getting fucking kidnapped by ICE. Now let's get Obadiah. Obadiah 1 and verses 10. A whole book catered to you, your destruction. You're so wicked that the Most High have a prophet focus in on you. All right? Obadiah 1 and 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob. Violence. Now let's look at the word violence. Not just killing someone, torturing, seizing their lands, sending death threats, constantly harassing them. It says wrong, cruelty, injustice. And that happens on a daily basis throughout history, man. Your rap sheet against the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans is genocide, genocide, genocide. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. Yeah, because you got to give an account for all the things you have done against the Negro, Hispanic, and Native American man. All right? And it's It's a shame unto you, because you have done nothing but evil towards us. All right? The scriptures talk about shameful spewing upon thy glory. Look at all the shit that's coming out in front of the world about how America treated their slaves. You know? All type of heinous behaviors. And thou shalt be cut off forever. So the Most High is going to get you back for what you did. All right? Eventually, after 1,000 years of slavery, you're no longer needed on the planet Earth. Complete extinction of the so-called white race. And good, man. You see them now. They're fucking weirdos. They're twisted, sick, diabolical, sinister weirdos. Nothing like what the movies try to portray. It says, in the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and this is talking about the Babylonian captivity, and foreigners entered into his gates. So at the fall of our kingdom, you was there. You was there to help fuck it up, mess up the temple, talking about raise it, raise it. You was there to kill our people. You was there at our downfall when we went into the Babylonian captivity and taken out of the land. And the scripture says that an enemy shall be known in adversity. You was known. And cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them. But thou stoodest not, thou shouldest have not have looked on the day of thy brother, in the day that he became a stranger. So they were looking for our downfall, and they capitalized. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. So they were happy, they were present, and they helped in the day of our destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of thy people, of my people, in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. So you should never have touched us. You included yourself. All right? Just like today, the so-called white man can't leave us alone. He put us in the ghettos, and then he targets us even when we're at the bottom. You know, they just can't leave us alone. All right? They gotta inflict us. They gotta inflict harm on us. All right. It says, "For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee." Yeah, but some idiot talking about in Israel talking about the heathens gonna be saved, and nah, the Lord is coming to get these heathens back for what they've done to us. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. So putting us in captivity, starting with Esau, the so-called white man, and for the exploiting of our people by these heathens, hey, the Most High is going to get them back. All right? Nobody is escaping. All right? All you heathens are guilty by association. All right? Now let me see. Ezekiel 25:12. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, because that Edom had dealt against the house of Judah. And this is crucial because you so-called white people go the hardest on Judah. All right, the so-called Negro. All right, the so-called dark-skinned man, by taking vengeance, and had greatly offended. Who have you offended? You offended the Most High. All right, and revenge himself upon them. Keyword, revenge. Esau, the so-called white man, had been plotting a get back ever since Jacob supplanted his birthright. All right, revenged himself upon them. Also, when we were in our power, they were in captivity. You know? So, they wanted to get us, man. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom. The Most High is going to bring judgment upon you so-called white people. And will cut off man and beast from it, and will make it desolate from Timon. And they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. So the Most High is going to give us the power to do what you did unto our people. Every single Jakes in the kingdom is going to get all you so-called white people back. Every single action, every single hanging, every single lynching, every single raping, robbing, murdering. Every Jake in the kingdom all gonna get their revenge back. All right? I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. By our hand. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger. Yeah, and the Most High's anger is going to be upon us. Because us as a people, we're very forgiving and we're very peaceful, man. That's all right, you know what I'm saying? You know how our people are. Man, that was in the past. Slavery was past, you know what I'm saying? Let's come together and live happily. Nah, man. The Most High's anger is going to be upon his people. And every single Jake going to get their payback. in the kingdom. You're going to have Jakes on this side that that get it in on you damn Edomites, but it's just going to be sweet in the kingdom, man. All right? Especially with the Most High giving us new bodies and power and all that. We're going to give you devils pure hell. We're going to have so many ways to torture you. All right? And the Most High's fury and anger is going to be within us to inflict you damn devils. And they shall know my vengeance. That vengeance going to come through us. As a nation, we going to get you damn devils, said the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Now, I was looking at this whole chapter, talks about the judgment on the heathens. So I can't see how niggas could say, oh, the Gentiles get saved, the heathens going to get delivered. Nah, man. The Lord going to deal with these heathens, bro. All right? You're going to deal with them in the worst way. Isaiah 63:1. Who is this that cometh from Edom? Specifically, Edom. With dyed garments from Basra. Now, America is the modern day Basra because it's the capital kingdom in Esau's kingdom. All right, it's the capital city in Esau's kingdom, just like Basra. That is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. And that's talking about the Lord Yahushai arriving to the earth in a massive UFO, so-called UFO, a ship. All right. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. He's coming to save and to what? Destroy. And when it says with dyed garments from Basra, that's just a metaphor for how the Lord going to do a lot of killing. In Babylon. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat. Yeah, if you look at someone that stomp out grapes, or you remember that commercial? Man, what's that? That cranberry commercial? Ocean spray or something of that sort. You see how violent and stained that person is. That's likened unto the Lord, man. He's coming to do a lot of killing here. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury. And their blood shall sprinkle upon my garments. That's not literal. It's just giving you an imagery of how violent the Lord going to do you damn Edomites, when he comes here and you start laser beaming you goddamn Americans. And I will stain all my raiment, for the day of my vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeem is come. And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered, and there was none to uphold. Therefore my own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me. And I will tread down the people in mine anger. So when your creator, Yahweh Shai, comes back and he visits Babylon, he gonna fuck you people up, man. He gonna laser beam the shit out of a lot of people. And I will tread down the people in mine anger and make them drunk in my fury. And I will bring down their strength to the earth. Man, Lord gonna humble you goddamn Edomites. He gonna humble you damn people. Alright? But the point is, the Lord coming to visit you Edomites. Y'all gonna see the Lord. Alright? And y'all gonna pay. Along with you 2/3, man, since you wanna fucking hug on your enemy. But yeah, that's it for this lesson, man. Lord willing, it's edifying. Hey, shalom.